Good afternoon, everybody. How has your Sunday been? We have made it to Spain. You're definitely coming on holiday with me. So we're just south of Barcelona and arrived at the villa and just relaxing after driving today for 5 hours, which was fine, but it does get a bit exhausting and your body gets stuck in a certain position, particularly your pelvis. So we're going to start seated to begin with, just head, neck and shoulders. Then we're going to move into a plank, so feel free, like we've said before, to support underneath your wrist, so the wrist is a little bit higher, and just move through the hips, because I've been driving today as well, and sat in positions. So, your poolside with me. Do you want a nosy first? It's very beautiful and very quiet. Once the dogs start barking though, they might happen. So, come and sit cross-legged. I'm still in my jeans. You can do anything, as long as we're moving. And bring your hands into our prayer position again. Find a little bit of pressure with the hands and find your own breastbone. So you're pressing the hands together and then you're pressing your thumbs and the backs of your thumbs into your chest a little bit. So just you can feel that connection through the whole body. Find your sitting bones and lengthen up through the spine, the back of the neck as well. Inhale here and exhale and sigh with relief that we've arrived. Inhale and exhale. Great. And then you can bring your hands and place them onto your knees, hands palms down, palms up, whatever's comfortable, just let them relax. And I want you to take your focus to your head, neck and shoulders. So mainly your shoulders. Maybe give them a little wriggle. How are they feeling? Could you rate them between 1 and 10? 10 feeling amazing. They feel really loose, they feel really supple. 1, 2, 3, they're kind of grumpy and tight. There's a bit of a knot going on, I'm not quite sure. That's it, and just give them a little number and then just stay with that for a little moment. Good. And then bring your hand, so bring your right hand across to your left collarbone and just feel that collarbone for me. So have a little wriggle out, notice how it feels. Hopefully you're not too squeamish with your own bones, but really get into it. You can kind of hold on to the collarbone there. And come down and just come back up through the whole of the shoulder, just getting a real feel for it. And then start to just kind of squeeze it and knead it out. So you're just giving it a little bit of attention, a little bit of focus. Now the wonderful Franklin method, if you've ever done any of it, we do it quite a lot as Pilates teachers because we love how it makes our bodies feel. So look it up and find an instructor near you. But they use imagery quite a lot, and as a dancer I've always used imagery as well. So it's quite nice to imagine that this whole big trapezius muscle along the top of your shoulders is like a big sponge. You know, you're squeezing out water and then you're letting it hydrate and fill back up. Some people like to think of it as dough, like you're kneading bread, and then it can move underneath you, especially with the heat of your hands. So just continue doing that all the way along. You might want to come round to the full of the shoulder as well, and down into the deltoid area, which can always be a little bit tight without you knowing. And then come back up into that shoulder, squeezing through that sponge, that dough. That's it, and then up through into the neck. And again, just find your collarbone, feel the top of the shoulder and back to the top of the shoulder blade as well, and all the way down. Just give it all of that focus. Then just give it a little sweep, a little brush away, and come back. And just notice how that left shoulder feels in comparison to the right, and you can see what mine is doing. So any sort of fascial attention, my body responds to it really well, and often the more you do it, the more your body will respond to it. So the more you kind of tune in, check how it's doing, try to change or give it a different sensation, notice the change, then the more the body will respond to it. So then let's move to the other side. Same thing, find that collarbone. Mine looks a little bit odd on this side because I've fractured it before with a fall, dancing. My students will remember that one. So just notice how it feels. How does it feel you touching it? How hard can you go? What does that bone feel like? This is kind of where your arms begin, the shoulder begins. So all the way to here. And then come along the top of that shoulder and down through into the foot of the shoulder where the arm sort of starts for us. And then just start that squeezing out. Maybe close your eyes, take a few big deep breaths, do it nice and slow. You're in no rush here. Little Sunday afternoon, head, neck and shoulder check in. That's it. You can come up a little bit higher into the neck if you want. And then remember to come all the way down into the deltoid. So just giving it a little squeeze through here as well. That's it. And come all the way back up. And the same thing, just notice how it feels. Find the next ridge, which is the top of the shoulder blade. And then give it a little brush away. And then maybe just give them a little wriggle. Bring your hands back onto your knees, whatever way is comfortable, or in your lap. And just notice how they feel now. Has that number changed for you? So whatever they were, whatever you've been up to today, they just feel like they've got a little bit more ease, that you can soften away from the shoulders. That's it, so the ears and the shoulders have a little bit of space between them. And see if you can kind of keep that sensation as you go through your evening, maybe as tomorrow starts for you. Any point in your Monday, just imagine these slightly improved shoulders, and could we keep improving them every time by doing movement, by doing Pilates, by checking in with the body. And then we really need to, or I really need to, move my hips. Driving a really nice car, my uncle's new Land Rover, but getting kind of stuck after a few hours driving on the big motorways. So I'm going to come into your hands and knees again. Take a little cat-cow if you want. And then when you're ready, keeping your hands directly underneath your shoulders, take one leg back and then the other into your plank. That's it. So what you want, wearing a really baggy jumper, is that lovely length. So can you open up through the hips, soften the ribs back? Great. And I just want you then to let one knee kiss the floor and then the other. So you're allowing the knee to soften and bend, but in order to take it back up, I want you to send the heel away. So you've got that sensation of the knee just softening, but the heel reaching back to lengthen through the leg. We're just going to do that a few times. Make sure the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. You're opening through the hips, the ribs are soft. That's it. And then from here, we're going to bring the left foot towards the left hand. So it kind of comes up and you can stand into it. Open through that right hip a little bit more, and then it comes back. So they're very slow, sort of mountain climbers, or I think they're called Spider-Mans if you're in the gym with your PT. And they're really nice for opening the hips, continuing to work through the upper body, strengthening the bones, increasing bone density by weight bearing. But you move through the hips in quite a big range. Last one to either side. And then soften both knees down, unhook the feet, and just push back into your child's pose. So those lovely soft shoulders that we created should have to find a little bit more space to weight bear. Come back through onto all fours. Take a little moment to then sit back onto your heels if that's comfortable. Check in how the shoulders feel now. They've gone from lovely and lengthened to then strengthened. And there was no point us weight bearing on any shoulders that were feeling quite tense. So just check in how the body feels now whilst we've worked through the shoulders and a little bit through the hips with a little bit of weight bearing. So you might have found that your heart rate got up a little bit. It was quite interesting to figure out your plank and bringing your leg, the foot as close to the hand as possible. And we're going to increase that now that I'm in a sunnier climate and can be outside a little bit more because I'd like to do some running this week. So wasn't really applicable whilst I was in Zermatt skiing. So that is what will be coming your way. I am very tired from driving. So hopefully you'll join me throughout the week as our month of motion continues. our April action, day 14. We're nearly halfway through. How have you been doing? Have you done your daily wriggle? Let me know how things are, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. I'm gonna go chill poolside with some family. See you soon.